in a seated cross-legged position. I like to tell you my little stories before we start, just to how I incorporate yoga into my life, and then maybe you have your ways of doing it in your life as well. But I was sitting on the couch the other day and with my 17-year-old son, icing my heel because my heel's been bothering me because I'm old and I've been running too much and gaining weight, so that hurts my heel too. So I'm icing my heel, feeling like kind of a loser, and I knew that I had some sort of blister or something going on my gum where I'd had a crown last year because I'm old, and he was watching me like touch my tongue to the roof of my mouth, and then my tooth literally fell out of my mouth, and he went, "Mom, your tooth just fell out of your head," and I was just sitting there with my foot on the ice and then my tooth falling out of my head, and I'm like, oh my God, I am so old. I did immediately get up, go to the counter, get chocolate chips and start eating them because that's the thing that soothes me. But in that whole kind of, I don't know, 10 seconds that it happened, I almost felt like I was having a little bit of an anxiety attack. And then I realized, what can we do about it, right? I mean, I could feel this blister or whatever that I had, but I didn't go to the dentist because of COVID. It ended up being in a, what do you call it, an abscess, and it was a crown that fell out. I mean, we can only do what we can do. So if we're going to start to worry about, well, you should have done this and you should have done that, we're not going to get anywhere. So we're wiping our slate clean today. We're seated in a position with our spine nice and straight. We're drawing the shoulders away from our ears and just settling. It's just a connection with breath that's going to help you to start calming your mind. I actually did take a few breaths when I was like sitting there saying, what in the world is going on? And it did calm my head. I love this little quote. It says, a soft reminder, not everything that weighs you down is yours to carry. So sometimes we can just choose to let it go so we don't hold on to it. Take your hands, please, to your knees. I'm going to pull back so you can see me. If you need to say anything, you can always unmute yourself. Place the hands directly to the kneecaps. Push your chest a little more forward as the elbows draw in, and lengthen your spine nice and long. And then on the exhale, pull the belly button in, bring the chin in towards chest and round. Really feel the stretch in the back of your shoulders and also mid-back. Not everything is yours to hold on to, right? So as we take the inhale and we draw the attention up, we take the exhale and we round and we create kind of the same sort of length of breath on the exhale, matching that to the inhale. So it helps to connect to the physicality of the pose, the sit bones pushing down, the crown of the head lifting up, the chest poking forward. We'll do that one more time as you exhale, round and create that rounded spine, chin in towards chest. And then inhale, pull it all the way up, pull up for a moment. We'll take the arms up. Extension of the arms is really critical to that nice digestion. Move through your wrists, maybe flex in points of hands. And as you sit, rooted through those sit bones, lean over. You're leaning to the left. I'm going to mirror you. Lift up through that rib cage on the side and peek underneath. Don't let that right sit bone lift up. And then pull back up to center. Gather up the strength in the core. Lean over to the other side. Really push down through that left sit bone. Look underneath that top elbow. And then pull yourself all the way back up. Exhale, arms, bend the knees, bend the knees, already bent. Bend the elbows and bring it all the way down. Feel the movement in your back muscles and place the hands behind you. Lift your chest up. Now I'm going to turn my hands around so my heels of my hands are facing forward and lift. On the exhale, pull back to center. Take an inhale, draw it all the way up. We're going into a twist. You guys are twisting all the way to the right. Inhale and exhale. Move through this. Lift the chin and give it a twist. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, open arms like the field goal pose. Inhale, start moving to the twist. Exhale, find a deeper twist. Chin is lifting up. Inhale, pull back to center. We're going to finish where we started here, hands to the knees. We're going to exhale and round back. And then move in a circle here. Last week I did a theme of circles and how we're all connected and our life kind of is all circular, right? It kind of goes from one point, comes around and finishes to the other sometimes. Let's move and get rid of those things that are in the way. Move in one direction for a couple breaths and then move in the opposite direction. Take it back up for the inhale, nice and strong. Extend the legs out in front of you. Place the hands to the sky. Exhale all the way down towards the shins, thighs, toes, whatever works for you. It's kind of important to pull those hips back because that will help you to get a little more space here to lengthen the spine. And then let the forehead come down towards the knees. Exhale. Curl the toes back a little bit. Push the heels forward. Exhale. Let it go. Pull yourself all the way back up. On the exhale, bend the elbows again. There's that repeated theme. You can keep the legs straight. I prefer to bend the knees, lift the hips up. On the exhale, drop it all the way down, moving right into a boat pose with the hands behind you, lift the chest. Keep lifting the chest, hold on to that. Even as we tap the legs down, keep the chest lifted, all right? Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Keep going. Exhale, inhale. Can you keep the ankles more or less close to one another rather than coming apart? That will help your back. Keep going. Let's go for 5 more. Nothing like good morning abs. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Lift the chest up. Exhale. I'm going to cross the left leg in front of right. Place the hands towards the knees, lift the chest up nice and tall. Extend. Let's roll through the neck for a moment. So there's that circular motion of the neck. Remember, if you get dizzy doing this, you're not going to do it, right? Now, lift all the way up. Maybe look over one shoulder and then the other. Take the inhale. Wiggle the feet around a little bit. Don't get cranky and crampy in the feet. Inhale all the way up. You're going to go ahead. You're twisting to the right. I'm going to twist to the left. Inhale, exhale to mirror you. Lift the chest and give it a little twist. Pull it all the way up. Exhale, round it. Twist to the other direction. Pull back up to center. Exhale, hands will come behind you. Place the fingers facing you first and open. And then feel the movement of the wrist as you move here and lift up. Exhale, back. Come all the way up on the inhale. We're going to finish this one in that rounded spine for a moment. Round. Inhale, pull all the way up. Place the feet to the mat. Lift the hips up to the sky. Breathe. Exhale, pull back down. We're taking the left leg over right or right over left. It doesn't really matter. And rolling forward, unless that doesn't work for you. We're coming onto all fours. Here we are, starting to get a little bit bigger. So my first thought was, and Shelly will laugh at this, was, uh-oh, there goes my tummy tuck or my boob job because now I need implants. Oh, well, God works in wondrous ways, my mother used to say. Move your hips side to side. The trip to the dentist was really fun. He was really nice. And he's going to give me my money back for the crown. So that's cool. Tuck the toes under. Push your hips back. There's always a silver lining somewhere. Sometimes we just have to look for it. Come up to the tented fingertips. Drop your chest a little more forward. Exhale. Let the forehead fall down. So get that nice stretch in the inner arches of your feet and draw your head down. Let it weigh heavy. Place the palms towards the earth and draw the shoulders up to the ears. Really round through the shoulders. On the exhale, do not roll to your baby fingers. Push it all the way back. Come back up to lifted fingertips. Draw it up and then smack. Put your hands back to the mat. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, come up. Here's a little circular motion here like a wave. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. On the exhale, let's come into that downward facing dog. We're going to lift the shins up and let them hover. And then we're going to stretch the calves as we strengthen and lengthen legs. Exhale, drop the head between the arms. Breathe. Walk your feet in a little bit. Make this more of a puppy than a full-out dog. Move around in your hands a little bit, and if it bothers your wrist, you're coming onto your forearms or just coming into table. You're going to start to bend the knees so that the shins are parallel, making a number 11, and then lift up, drop the heels. So we tend to like to do things like drive-bys, right? You ever look at the lines at all the drive-bys everywhere? Everybody's in love with the drive-by. Let's try to make this a stand still in your pose. So as you come up, you lift and pause. As you exhale, you bend and pause. Inhale, draw the hips up, lift and separate buttocks. Don't roll to the baby edge of that finger. Exhale back to your heels. Shake the head out. One more time. Inhale, we have a rest for the wrist in a minute. Exhale, say that 10 times fast. Inhale up. Exhale back. Come all the way onto your knees, please. Moving right into those wrist push-ups. Walk your hands in just a little bit. Shift your weight towards the tops of your fingers and lift your wrist up. On the exhale, I'm going to tuck my toes under and push back and curl my fingers up. There's a little stretch right up there. That carpal tunnel, no longer if you're going to do these stretches. So pull it all the way up. You can come to the tops of your feet there. Exhale, pull it all the way back. Let's do two more. Inhale all the way up. Push against the tops of the feet. Exhale all the way back. One more to go. Inhale up. Exhale back. Walk your hands towards the thighs. Stand on your knees. Interlock your hands and pull the heels of the hands towards the sky. Feel the stretch through your fingers now, all the way through those knuckles. That's really healthy. Stay here, lean it to one side, and maybe lean it to the other side. And then kind of round like we did earlier, turning the palms in a little bit back. Weight goes back towards the heels, and then pull yourself up. So I'm going to come around, back, and all the way back up. If it bothers your knees to go back, you don't. Move in the opposite direction. Pull it all the way up. One more time. All the way up. Come back to stand, either with the hands by your thighs or out to the side. This is balance and strength. Step it all the way up onto your mat. We'll open up your feet to be hip width apart. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Whew. Breathe for a moment. Maybe reach for that right wrist and lean over to the left. Peek underneath that top elbow. Something we've already done, but feel how you can get a little bigger when you're standing on those really explosive feet. Pull it back up. Exhale to the other side. Pull yourself back up to center. This is the one I love. Reach for that left wrist. As you reach the fingertips towards the heel, go ahead and let that ear drop. Opposite ear is dropping down towards shoulder. Come back up to center. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, reach for the opposite wrist, right wrist. Pull it all the way down. Let that left ear go to the shoulder. Pull yourself back up to center on the inhale. On the exhale, like we did earlier, bend the elbows. Feel the movement in the back. Hands are going to come right to the center of the chest in Samasthiti for a moment. Hold for a moment. Bring the feet together. Sit and settle. I'm going to inhale and lift up and open up my feet a little bit wider than hip. Exhale, swan dive forward. This is a half sun salute done in a little bit of a different way. The palms come to face up. Baby fingers are together. Bend the knees a lot so the belly can kind of hang, but not really, because you're using your core in between the thighs. And then inhale, pull your way all the way up. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, bring the hands to the heart and the feet in. So that's like closing the doors and pulling everything back into your heart center. Step it out on the inhale, reach up. Hinge from the hips, reach over. Take an inhale, draw the palms up, look up, bend the knees. Scoop the water from the bottom of the barrel. Exhale, push it all the way out. Inhale, come back. I'm bringing my opposite leg in this time. Come back to center. I'm going to do it one more time, opening up with my left leg. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, scoop up the water. Exhale, push it away. Now feel that tension you get in your upper shoulders. Let it go. Let it go. That's what we're talking about. You don't have to hold the weight on your shoulders. You can let it go. Walk to the front of the mat if you're not there. Feel the bottoms of the feet. Working into our first full sun salutation A. Maybe you set your intentions for your practice today. Maybe you feel the energy moving around in your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, all those areas that we're starting to wake up. Take an inhale, sweep up. Take an exhale, swan dive forward. Take an inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, step back. Let's go into table first. From your table, hold the length of your spine. Hold here for a moment. Maybe we connect to the inhale and look up into your cow and exhale and round, and then come back right into your neutral spine. So when we lower into low push-up, you're nice and long. Remember, no upward facing dog if it's not right for your back or shoulders. For those of you who are joining me, here's a modified version of it. Exhale, tuck the toes. Move into that child's pose. It's pretty active. We'll take the shoulders up towards the ears like a wave, and then we'll exhale back into a full downward facing dog. Starting to know where you're waking up. Maybe bend the knees, make circles of those hips a little bit. Maybe make circles of those shoulders. So basically, the circles are encouraging those kind of stubborn muscles that get tight. Okay, I'll join the party, right? You kind of like offer them. You offer them not a drink, but something that they like that's going to loosen them up, right? Exhale, drop the head down. You offer them a little sip of oxygen is what you offer them. Look towards your fingers, jump or step to the front of the mat. When you get your blood flowing, inhale. Nice and rhythmic. Exhale, nice and strong. You create more oxygen in all those dark places of your body. Inhale, pull it up. That's what a sun salutation does. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to your high push-up. Maybe you're with me on this one. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your breath in like as if it's the most precious thing, which it is. We just don't remember that. Let it go. And look towards the finger, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Feel the stretch in the backs of those legs. Here's the inhale, lift. The exhale happens as you fold back down. Hinge from the hips. Remember, if you're going slower or faster than me, so be it. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take 2 breaths. Breathe. Feel the movement of those back muscles like we just practiced at the beginning. Look towards your fingers and float to the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pull it all the way up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lengthen. High to low, push up. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Take 2 breaths. Breathe. Look towards your fingers. Step to the front of the mat. Maybe walk it, crawl it. However you get there is good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lengthen, listen up. Step your left leg back. Come into a low lunge. How's everybody doing? We good? Good news. I read an article about how suits are out and dresses and leisure wear is in. Stretchy pants. Good news, right? Because if I tried to button my pants right now, it would not be good. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine and hold. On the exhale, pull yourself back. Now, you could pull yourself back just like this and hold, or I'm going to tuck my back toe under and kind of come here. It gives me a little extra stretch. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, feel the back. Inhale, push everything out of the way. Exhale, bend back. I'm rounding to come over that. And then inhale. So this is kind of like your cow pose, extended spine. Exhale, push away. Inhale, A little upward facing dog there. Exhale, that's rounded. Pull back. One more time, inhale. Push away, exhale, maybe close and open the hands. Inhale, exhale. So this one is the last one that we hold on. So inhale, exhale, inhale. And on the hold, you're gonna straighten the spine, straighten the legs, and come right over that front foot. Drawing the feet back will really stretch the back of that Achilles. Exhale, shift the weight onto the ball of the big toe. We want to work balance, so you're going to kick that left leg up, but keep it hip height. Like we're doing spinal balance pose. So if you prefer, you could be on your knees doing this from table. Your right hand will come to the thigh, your left arm will come to the thigh, and you'll start to pull yourself up halfway. Extend your left arm out and right arm out and hold. Breathe. So we're doing spinal balance pose in an advanced form. Hold on to that, please. Can you stand yourself all the way up? Breathe that left knee up and hold. If you need to place it down, you do. If you wobble, you should. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, pull that leg in. Sit into your standing pigeon pose. If you have fallen off of this, it doesn't mean you walk off and go make breakfast. You take a breath and you get back into it. You don't have to hold the weight of I'm a loser all the time in your head. Let it go. It creates space for I'm a winner. I can go back into that pose if I need to. Pull it back up to center on the inhale. Draw the knee up. We're rewinding. Exhale, kick it out. We'll draw that right arm out. Left arm to the thigh. Right arm to the floor. Come all the way down. Come into that low lunge. You'll take your right knee and turn it open a little bit and make circles of the hip. Now I'm going to turn to you so you can see how I'm doing that. I have the same leg as you, so we'll look opposite here because I'm facing you. And just breathe. Work in the opposite direction. Come back to center and hold. So talk about precious. I was with my 2.5-year-old great nephew yesterday, right before the storm. We're storm chasers. I love to get stuck in the rain with him, and I like to find the wind when it's stormy. And he was screaming to the seagulls, "Seagulls, be careful, a storm is coming." It was the cutest flipping thing in the world. He was worried for the seagulls. Reach back, grab the foot if you can, open up through the chest. See, didn't even think about my missing tooth. Okay, exhale, come back to center. See how we can change the way our world is by just giving it a little attention. Inhale, look up. You'll tuck your back toe under. You'll draw that right foot out a little bit as you reach that right knee towards the thigh and hold it. Kick it back to the one-legged plank. You know you're going into child's pose if you've had enough. Let's drop to that left knee and finish with spinal balance to the second side. This one's easier. Hold. On the exhale, draw it in. On the inhale, kick it out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. 2 more times. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in and pause. Inhale, shoot it back. On the exhale, we're going to tuck those toes under and come right up into that downward facing dog, or if you prefer, child's pose. Breathe. From wherever you're at, take that right wrist for a moment and just move through it, through the elbow and the shoulder, because we just did a lot on that. Make sure it's not getting too cranky. Looking towards your fingers, jump or step to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine nice and long. Take an exhale, take a moment right here. This is a little pit stop. We're gonna hold here for a moment, shake the head out. See if you can straighten the legs a little bit more. And then bend the knees, pull the belly up, come up halfway. We're really familiar with this place. Pull yourself all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the center of the heart. Sit in your Utkatasana for a moment. I know we have the second side, but now that we're nice and warm in the hips, let's see where we go here. Come down to hold. Shift your weight a little bit forward. I love doing that so you get to know your feet intimately, whatever I'm saying. Exhale back, inhale up. I can't talk because I'm missing tooth. Exhale, come forward. So I said, yeah, you have an abscess. And I said, yeah, it was bothering me. Is that why I thought I had Alzheimer's last week because I couldn't think? And he said, yeah, no, I don't think that's the thing. So OMG, inhale up, exhale, one breath at a time. You guys let go of what you just don't need to hold on to. Pull it up, exhale, sink down. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fold forward. It's your right leg that will step back. You're coming into low lunge. So if you haven't figured it out, we're back at the beginning, okay? And we're holding here for a moment. We're doing that thing where you're gonna bring your left hand in just a little bit, and you're gonna poke that chest forward, and then exhale back. Your choice to keep the knee on the mat and back, or to hover it a little bit. Toes can turn up on that left side, come back. So we'll inhale, lift up, exhale, push away. Inhale, look up. Exhale, pull it back. Try that a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, curl the toes up, sink it back. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, push away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull back. Last time around, inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale, lengthen. Curl the toes back and come back to that nice long spine. Curl those toes up. Exhale, drop the head down. Come back to center. So we're going to frame this left foot so we can lift your right leg up only halfway. Left arm to the thigh, right arm comes up to the thigh as well. And then the left arm will come up like spinal balance and hold. Draw the right arm out. See if you can pull yourself up. If the right foot needs to land, it needs to land. That's not a big deal. You're kicking that leg all the way out and then drawing it in to sit on that left foot. Sink into the heel of that foot, lift your chest up nice and tall, and just enjoy this little outer stretch of that right hip. Breathe. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale, kick it out. Inhale up, let's go back to where we were. Opposite arm to leg. Hand will come to the thigh. We'll pull it all the way down onto the mat. Place that right hand down, sink it down. You can adjust that left foot if you want to. You're turning open that left foot and reaching back if it's in your practice. Lift up through the chest. Come back to center. Go ahead and make circles if you want. You can lift the back leg, whatever works for you, or you could stay here, just making a circle of the hip in both directions. Breathe. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Tuck your back toes under and lift that leg up to hover. We'll step the left leg back, knee to the earth. Right leg comes up. Breathe that left arm out. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Oh, actually, I did it the wrong way. Your right knee should be to the floor. Your right arm's out, your left leg's long. Sorry about that. Breathe. On the exhale, come back. Roll through that left wrist. Come back to center. You're moving into your downward facing dog. Ha. So essentially that is your warm up. We're going to move into our sun salutation B in a moment. You modify as much as you need to. Before we go there, let's jump our feet to the outsides of our hands and sit in a malasana squat for a moment. So I play with my hands a little so my wrists don't get so stuck, because I'm finding doing a lot of yoga, right? It strengthens your wrist, but it can also hurt your wrist at the same time. Lift your chest up nice and tall and hold. Eventually, these toes would move forward. Keep lifting your chest up. If you are going into crow, you're lifting the hips up high enough so the elbows rest high to the armpits, chin is away from chest, one leg at a time. If you are starting to think of your headstand, remember, it's that pull in the middle of the belly as you come down, and then draw the legs up. Hard part about this is coming back where you started. Pull it up, and maybe you kick it back into a low push-up. Yeah, if you were just watching, well, you didn't even know you were doing malasana squat. Let's work on those wrists. So first you're going to bend your elbows and just move side to side. Maybe make the elbows moving in a circular motion. Place the hands to the shins. One vertebrae at a time comes all the way up. Interlock the hands and open up those wrists a little. Watch how, sometimes I always do the same interlock. See if you can change it up a little bit. And then move it around. Exhale all the way back. Sit in your Utkatasana. Sit in that Utkatasana and just hold. Have a nice little rest in that Utkatasana. Take about 4 more breaths. Sink a little bit deeper into the Utkatasana. Inhale and exhale. Oopsies. Few more breaths. There we go. Awesome. And then come all the way up to stand on the inhale. Take the exhale to fold. Take the inhale to lengthen. High to low push-up, kids. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale up. Exhale back. What are we letting go of? You know, maybe when I told you the story at the beginning of class, you know, something in your life had happened last week that you kind of felt the weight of the world is just sitting there. And we get all caught up in it, especially in COVID. If you overthink COVID, you're screwed. You gotta kick that away. So your right leg is kicking up from your downward facing dog. You're bending the knee and peeling it open, and you're feeling the freedom, the lightness, not the heaviness. Roll through that ankle, regardless of what's gonna happen in the future or what happened in the past. We're here in this moment. Feel the fullness, the lightness of this pose. Draw your right knee to your upper right arm and pause. Kick it all the way back. Draw the right knee to your left upper arm and pause. Kick it all the way back. Right knee to upper arm. This time we're really holding. If you want an arm balance, go for it. Kicking it back on the inhale. And then we're shooting through the fallen triangle. So you know that you could come into a modified side plank, a full fallen triangle, or you could come into a wounded warrior. It's worth thinking about what you need. Take that extra breath. I gave you a little extra time on this one because you have so many options. Tuck it all under, kick that right leg all the way back, bend the knee, peel it open, and then slide the right leg all the way through. We're moving into just a simple little warrior one. Hold. Not doing our full sun salutation yet for B. Want to get this in first. I got to take off my socks because I'm slipping. So you're rooting through that heel. Front knee is tracking the baby toe. Lift your chest up nice and tall. So it is important to stretch the inner arch of this foot. So if you are doing this, don't. That baby toe should be down. I know it pushes the hip open a little bit. So first you push it down, then there's a little rotation there of the hip. And then that's going to make this hip go back. Things are connected. Lift all the way up. Take an inhale, push against the heel. Look how I curl my toes up on that. Sliding the shoulder blades together, and then exhale, pushing them apart. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. On the exhale, come to land on that right big toe. Slide your back heel up and move right into airplane pose. Interlock the hands if you can, open up the chest. So like the standing balance pose we did earlier, but the arms have a different place to go. Whoopsies, I'm falling over. Take 1 more breath. On the exhale, land it. Inhale, sweep the arms up, maybe straighten that front leg. Exhale, full turn towards the left side of your mat as you land in Warrior 2. So that you should really feel the settling. Breathe. Whew. So I hopefully, I talk a lot. Hopefully that you guys are able to not hear me. I mean, I have so many people living in my house during COVID. I literally can't hear people anymore. Like, I can't hear anyhow, but like, I'm choosing not to hear people. Exhale. Breathe. First, someone walked in on me in the bathroom. Then I went down to do something in the kitchen, and somebody bumped into me in the kitchen. It was like all these things were just growing, and I'm like, okay, go out for a bike ride. So choose those times to go out for a bike ride instead of blow up. You can blow up later. Exhale, sink down a little bit deeper. Inhale, turn the palm up, reach back. Curl the toes up like we did earlier and hold. I really want you to feel the space from your baby finger to that baby toe. And then on the exhale, pull it all the way back around. We're coming into extended side angle. We're not touching bird of paradise yet because we will come back here. Just lift that arm up and around. So watch, I'm going to rotate this arm around and make a little circle. Rotate it around. Make that circle, really open it up. On the last one, maybe open it up and hold. Don't forget that you're not leaning into this right thigh. You're lifted off of it. Open. On the exhale, swing that left arm all the way down. Watch where my feet go on this. I'm turning onto the baby toe side of my feet and turning. We already did this in our warm-up. On the exhale, slide the right hand to the inside of that right foot. Draw your right knee up towards that upper arm and then come into your one-legged push-up. You know you're not doing that if it's not good for you. Exhale low, inhale up, exhale back. Take a break or come with me, please. Right foot piggybacks over left. Listen up. It's an exhale low, inhale up, kick the leg back, peel it open. Come back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Remember when we started out, you were thinking, she's wicked mellow today. There's always a time to change, right? Exhale, inhale, kick it back, bend the knee. If you want to flip the dog, walk the left hand in, draw it all the way over and flip. Breathe. So here you could make movement in your arm as well, or maybe you just let it hang, but bend the elbow to protect the shoulder. Pull it all the way back to your inhale. Exhale, inhale. Take a break, please. Woo, or find downward facing dog. Regroup, recover, shake it all up. Let the left leg lift all the way up. Bend the knee, peel it open. So again, if you're feeling heavy in your wrist right now, redo your elbows, right? Like, you know, we freshen up our makeup. I never do because I never wear it, but like, it's like putting lipstick on. Take your elbows towards your thumbs again. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. Lift that left leg up. Maybe roll through the ankle, drop the head. Inhale, lengthen and square the hip back to that squared spinal balance look. Exhale, bring the left knee to the outside of the left elbow. Pull it all the way back. Bring the left knee to the right upper arm. Pull it all the way back. Left knee to upper left arm. Pause on this one, high up to that upper tricep area. Kick it back. And then when we bring the left leg through, your choice, knee to the earth for your modified, or extend the leg all the way out. Or go ahead to that fallen triangle, whatever works. Kick the left leg all the way back, bend the knee, peel it open. Slide it all the way through into that warrior one. I always check the space between my toes before I stand up. I really am trying to create more space between my toes. It helps your balance. Pull yourself up and hold. Feel your pose. You don't necessarily have to see it. If you're feeling kind of like you're not even and you're rocking over to the left, you need that right foot to go over to the right a little bit more. Lift up on the inhale. Slide back on the exhale. Feel that movement. Yeah, now bend your back knee for a moment and then roll to the baby toe side. That right hip now needs to move forward while the left hip moves back. Take an inhale, maybe curl the toes back. Exhale, push all the way through. Inhale. Exhale, push through. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, push through. Inhale, exhale. Here's where you fly. The back heel will lift. You're moving into your airplane pose. Your choice to what you want to do with the arms. It's harder when they come out here or here. If you bind them, it's hard as well. Breathe. Lift that upward facing dog. Breathe on the exhale. We're landing it, lifting, feeling that feeling of I've been on a long journey and I finally made it home. I don't need to hold the heaviness up in my shoulders or tight through my hips. Breathe. Focus towards that front middle finger if you want a drishti. Hold. Whew. Take the inhale. Pull yourself all the way up. Really feel that stretch up here in your left rib cage. Don't collapse. We already have taught ourselves no collapsing. Left forearm to the thigh. So check out your tailbone before you go anywhere. Little movement here of this guy pulling a little bit in, but not too far in. So I come in between. Little, not too far out, not too far in. It's Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right in between. And then draw that left forearm to the thigh, extend the right arm out. Lift, keep breathing. Open up space between the toes. Whew. Make a circle of this guy. Make a circle. I know this helps my muscles to get a little bit warmer, so when we go to Bird of Paradise early in the next phase, you'll feel good. Open this up and breathe. Whew. On the exhale, we're closing it. Right hand to the inside, turn onto the baby toe side, and lift up. Pull back with your left hand to the inside of the knee. Walk yourself so you can lift this guy up and hold. Kick back to your high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back. Join me with some extra little love if you want. Inhale, left leg piggybacks over right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knee, peel it open. Walk your right hand in if you'd like. Flip your dog. From your flip dog, you can move circles of that left shoulder, or you can pull it right into your back bend. Whatever works for you. We'll pull it back into our high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back. Woo! Take a break if you need it, or come with me to work some more abs. Come onto your forearms. Hold right here. Draw your right hip up, left hip. You can be on your knees. Right, left, right. Now listen, go slowly, no drive-bys. Right, left, right. Their lines are too long anyhow. 5 more. 5, whoo, 4, 3, 2. You're all going to join us. And 1. Come onto your belly. Move right into your Sphinx pose. Okay, so slide the hips around for a moment and release the tension right up there where your lower back and your glutes meet. Can be a perfect storm of yucky if you don't let it go. Kick the legs out a little bit, roll through the feet. Your Sphinx, we're going to start with both forearms to the floor and just lifting the chest up nice and tall. Let your head come down for a moment and round. And then on the inhale, use that movement to lift up in that upward facing dog action. Exhale, round it. Push against the forearms to feel it. Now inhale, you're driving the attention from the top of the shoulders up and hold. Place your left arm across your right. I'll turn to you so you can see me. And I'm not mirroring you, so just like that. Reach back. So I'm going to bend this knee, reaching and extending the arm back. So I get that circular motion to grab the ankle, lift the chest up tall, and hold. If you are pretty close to grabbing that foot with your elbow, you will grab it, and then you'll bind here. If you're not, no worries. If you can't get the leg, grab a towel. So I forgot to spit my gum out before class started, and I see the Kleenex over there. I think I have to go over there and do that. So I'll do that in a minute, all right? Lift your chest up. Oh, dear, oh dear. Teaching on virtual is very funny. Exhale, let it go. You forget to do things. Remove that tension in your foot. Draw your elbow up or knee up to your elbow and then thread that left arm under. If you don't know this pose, watch me. All of you do know it, I think. Your right arm comes around. Make sure that this right arm lands somewhere. Your right leg can come up a little bit too. If you're working on trying to do something different, grab the big toe of that right foot and extend it out. Now bend that right elbow. Let it rest on something if it's not landed somewhere. Try to straighten your left leg a little bit more and just breathe. A lot of things going on at once. You can choose to do them all, to do none of them, to tell me to shut up, whatever you want. On the exhale, that's your version of letting go of what you don't need to hold on to. Come back onto your forearms, move your hips around a little bit. So we'll do that movement again where we round. It's protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades, where when we lengthen and we straighten it out, the shoulder blades come apart, right? So let them come apart and then let them come together. That's when we get to know where the upper back movement starts. So then when we come here and we hold, we're really trying to draw the elbows in, using the upper back first rather than the lower back. Cross the right arm around, reach back, roll through the ankle, right? Roll through it. Yep. This is the heel that's bugging me. I had plantar fasciitis on this one. This one's bugging me just a little bit. I'm not getting plantar fasciitis on this one. Lift up the chest. Haven't run in 5 days. Lift up. Exhale, let it all go. Let the left knee come up to the elbow. Draw the right arm under, because I got different sneakers. Let the left arm come all the way across. Let that arm open. Maybe bend the elbow if you need to. Now, I like to lift that left leg up, grabbing my toe just for a different kind of version of this, and just breathe. Come back to center. Create a nice soft space between the shoulder blades as you draw yourself up to your upward facing dog. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. You're nice and warm now for your crescent lunge twist. You'll draw the right leg up, bend the knee, peel it open. Take that knee over to the left tricep and pause. Maybe kick the leg up. Pull it back in, all the way back. Over to the right elbow, maybe kick it out. That's harder. Kick it all the way back. We got 2 more to go. Over to the left, kick it, pull it in, all the way back. Over to the right, kick it, pull it back, bend the knee, peel it open, slide it all the way through. You're moving right into your crescent lunge on the right side. Feel your pose. Don't always be like a robot and be like, okay, legs are supposed to be hip width apart. It's like when you have your Google Maps and you're right in front of the building that you're looking for, but you're not looking up. Lift up on the inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knee. Inhale, pull it up, maybe arms come around. Exhale, pull it back down. So watch what I'm going to do here. Inhale, only the bent knee bends. Straighten it. Exhale, both knees bent. Inhale, exhale, inhale. It's kind of like we did what I did earlier when we were doing that pyramid pose. This is it. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Twist to the right. Your version of twist. Here or here. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Pull your ribs in via the connection of belly button to back of spine. Look over your right shoulder. If your back knee is on the mat, that's cool too. Open up deeper if you'd like. Inhale and exhale. Find an arm balance here. Maybe take that bent right elbow and pull it into a half bind. Maybe slide the left arm under and pull it into a full bind. Breathe. Windmill your way back up. Come right into warrior 2. We already know this. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm to the thigh. We're going right into it. Your version of Uttiti Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So if it is that bird of paradise, that arm should extend and draw the elbow under. You can get more out of this one if you kind of make that circle and pull it behind you, reaching for the wrist or just the fingers. Maybe a bounded Ardha Chandrasana today instead of Bird of Paradise. If you're doing the Bird of Paradise, left leg steps up. Open up space. This is why I said look at space in your toes. That's going to help you to lift. Once you get it up there, maybe you extend it. Eventually, you're reaching for that toe and pulling it up. We'll come all the way down the way we went in. That's a joke. Sometimes it doesn't work. And from there, we'll straighten the leg on the inhale and move into a restorative pose of Trikonasana. Left arm comes up. Look how my left shoulder stacks over right. Breathe. Now, careful not to roll. Don't roll onto the baby to side of the foot. Keep the ball of the big toe there. Maybe the arm extends. Maybe you make a circle. Woo! I'm going to move into Ardha Chandrasana because it's one of my favorite poses. Feel free to stay where you're at if you'd like. We're already really warmed up for this, so we've got a lot of space between our shoulders, our ribs. Breathe. If you're grabbing it to bow it out, you grab it to bow it out. That's wicked cool. It's wicked cool to stay in triangle if you want. Maybe your right arm comes to meet your heart. We're going to inhale, open up, exhale, land it, turn it in, and slide it right into your Skandasana over to that left knee. Open up your feet wider if you need to. Open that left arm up. Maybe slide that left hand behind. So another version of this, if you're trying to go deeper, draw the left arm under. You could come down here. You could draw the toes up. There is an arm balance here where you keep moving that shoulder under. You lean into that left wrist and you extend this guy out. Feel free to try that if you want. Come back to center. I want you to just wiggle it out a little. Exhale, fold forward. This is your time to play. This is when in school when they say free time, right? I don't think you guys are the ones that went to the smoking alley to go do that. I mean, if you were, that's no problem. All my friends that did that are now like the most famous, richest people. So I should have done that more. Exhale, drop to the top of your head if you're moving into your headstand. Pull it all the way up. On the exhale, we'll pull yourself up, hands halfway. Inhale, stand. Take a moment if you're dizzy. Turn to the front of the mat. Draw your left arm up. Come into that revolving twist. Breathe. You know yourself. If you want to go right into a balance here, go for it. If you're just working on the twist, that's a cool place to be. Take one more breath. On the exhale, come back to land to frame that foot. We're going to go ahead and just kind of walk your back leg in a little bit. Hands come out just a little bit in front and see if you can kind of just play with this a little. Just lift that up. If you're not doing this, you're hanging in a rag doll. When you do this, see if you can think about kicking your right buttocks with your right heel. I almost fell over on that, but see, that was fun. Didn't even think of my tooth. Okay, on the exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, kick it all the way back. We got to finish. Left leg lifts up. Bring the left knee over to the right tricep. Maybe extend the leg. Kick it all the way back. Left knee to left. Kick it out. All the way back. Left knee to right. Kick it back. Left knee to left. Kick it back. Bend the knee, peel it open. And slide it all the way through. We're moving into that crescent lunge again. Woo. Slide it up. On the exhale, maybe we bend the back knee, come up. We bend both knees, up. However you want to do this. Bend and straighten, both of them. One more time. Both are bent. Straighten the arms. Let the right elbow come to the outside of that left thigh. Okay, lift the chest up, keep twisting. Maybe the right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Give it more of a twist. Breathe. Take an exhale. Move into your warrior two without too much of a disconnect. There's a ha Inhale, breathe it up. Exhale, left forearm to thigh. Right arm to sky to start. Maybe you move it out. Draw that right arm behind. So if you're starting to work on a bind, you gotta get the hips low, extension through the arms. This guy has to come pretty far underneath. This one needs some space too, to reach. Maybe the back leg comes in, open up space, and pull yourself up to your second side. Reaching for the toe or not, it's entirely up to you. Take a few more breaths. I have to see what time it is. Holy camoli. Time for me to get you going. Take one more breath. Come all the way down. So we're coming down into your warrior two. Before we go anywhere, we hold, straighten the leg, and move right into Ardha Chandrasana. So we are definitely going to go a few minutes late. If you need to leave, I get it. Make sure that you get a little Shavasana in. I'm going to pigeon after we finish this series. Reach back for that ankle. Woo. On the exhale, we'll close it up. Moving to the right side of your mat, move right into that Skandasana. I'm going to move down here for a minute because that feels better for my inner groin. But you could be here. You could be here. You could be working that arm balance. You shift your weight into that right side and extend the leg out. On the exhale, we'll come back to center, wiggle it around a little. Maybe make circles, pull yourself all the way up. Walk your back leg in on the inhale. Move right into that revolving twist on the exhale. Left arm comes up. Breathe. Pull the belly button in a little bit more. Keep turning. Maybe bring the back leg up. Maybe bow. On the exhale, let's stay right here for a moment. You can choose to just hang in a ragdoll, or you can play with it a little bit. Maybe left tail comes up towards the butt. Maybe you move into a handstand. Maybe you don't. It's up to you. I'm going to do one more. And then we'll all come into your downward dog. Woo, we're going into pigeon. Right leg lifts up. Bend the knee and let the right knee come to the right wrist. This is where we relax. We rest. Walk the hands out. Let the forehead come down. And breathe. If you would prefer to be on your back with the right leg crossing over your thigh, it is an awesome option. It is a great place to stay. Breathe. Wherever you're at, your heart may be pumping a little bit. We just did a pretty active flow. Once I started going, we got our steam engines rolling, right? So start to come down a little bit. Watch the things that tumble off your shoulders that maybe you were once holding on to. There are some things that are going to stay stuck there. They always do. They always like to say hi to you at 2 in the morning. Exhale. Let it go. Slowly pull your way back up and just kick that right leg back. Really kind of make circles of it. If you are on your back, you're making a circle of it too. Roll through the ankle, the knee, straighten it out for a moment, get the crankiness gone, and then guide it down. Left leg takes the place now for right. Bring the knee towards the wrist and settle. Lift the chest up nice and tall. Exhale. Breathe it all the way down. Maybe make circles here to get into a place that feels right for you, but don't overdo the knee. And then exhale, bring the forehead down, settle. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Feel the evenness of the ribs. On the exhale, we'll slowly crawl our way out. Tuck the back toe under and give it a little circle. Shake out the head. Maybe walk it out. If you're already lying down, you're going to come to sit up with us. We're coming into staff pose. So we're all having a seat, extending the legs out long, lifting up through the chest. Guide everything through on the exhale. Let the forehead come down. Nicely done, everybody. Hard part of the work is done. Remember, we did this at the beginning of class. Maybe you noticed the difference from where we were at the beginning. Pull yourself back up on the inhale. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Lift it up like opening up in a bridge because we're about to do this. Exhale, come all the way down. You'll roll back one vertebrae at a time to meet the mat and come right into your bridge. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Maybe just grab the outer edges of your mat. That's what I'm going to do for my first one. On the exhale, get to know your spine intimately. As it comes down, you want to pull the belly in, lift your legs up. On the exhale, my legs are lifted, drop down a third of the way. Another third, never go further if you feel like it's wrenching your back. Hold. Jumping jacks for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place the feet to the floor. Second time around, go to where you want to go to. Maybe it's a wheel. Maybe you walk your hands underneath your back. Let's go for it. Let's breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Come down slowly. Lift the feet up. Drop it a third of the way. Another third. Almost to the floor. Open and close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're done, my friends. Maybe make circles here. Move it around, maybe forehead to knee. Let the knees go to the left. Head and arms to the right. Come back to center. Let the knees go to the right. Head and arms to the left. Maybe you find a happy baby bug pose to get you all ready for Shavasana. Maybe it's that circular motion. I always like to do this guy. Let's come into Shavasana. Let everything come down. Take some inhales and exhales. I'm going to shut the light off. Woo! Nice job, everybody. Hopefully we feel a little lighter. If we don't, you know, we have this learning tool, this thing that we just learned in our practice, that regardless, no matter how much we fight it, when we connect to our breath, it does help us in a way. Feel that breath that moves through your body, softening through the front of your face. It softens, it releases the tension up in your forehead. Releases the tension through your side temples, through the back of your throat. Feel the way it releases right up there in your vocal cords so that your shoulders don't round as much. Down from the top of your shoulders to your elbows, forearms, fingers, thumbs. All the way from the top of your shoulder blades now to the middle of your belly, to the right and left sides of the hips. They get wicked cranky. Let it go. Moving down across the front of your thighs, tops of your knees, tops of your shins, tops of your feet, tips of your toes. Moving to the bottoms of the feet, the backs of the heels, the backs of the calves, the backs of your quads. And then from the bottom of your spine to the middle of your belly to the center of your chest. You have arrived, my friends. One breath at a time. Enjoy. Let's start to move through the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists. Extend the arms out longer. If you want to stay longer, please do. I just went late, so I don't want to keep you too late. Bring the knees in and make a circle. Remember, a soft reminder, not everything that weighs you down is yours to carry. So let it go, circulate it out. Move over to your right side, resting your head on your hands. Sip it in for a moment. Remember, we show up, burn brightly, live passionately. And when the moment is over and our work is done, we step back and let go. Victory to our spirits, peace to all beings. Let's come up to a seated position where we started class. I don't care which leg is in front. Maybe you cup your knees with your hands to poke the chest forward. Let's bring the knuckles onto our thighs with our palms face up, maybe a mudra lock. Take an inhale through the nose and pause. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Hands come up to third eye center as we bow and surrender to our two selves. We say, Namaste. Namaste, my friends. Sorry I took you so long. I kept you going. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.